Welcome back, folks, to World of Warships Legends. I'm Soopa-Dave, and boy, do I have a ranked guide for you guys. I am not kidding. You guys see the 95% win rate. Uh, I have had an absolute blast. You guys know I'm not the best player in the world. I'm definitely a good player, but I'm not the best player in the world. And I have a guide to help you guys out with this rank season, and it absolutely is broken. You guys can see I won uh, on 19 out of 20 of my first games with this build. And to be honest, I would have probably only lost that one had I not got bored. And then, my last couple matches, I was trying to do a funny secondary build on Rodney for the video. Don't do that. I did actually lose two matches at the very end trying to do that. And before I start the guide here, guys, really quick, I do want to give out credit to Speedy as well. I was debating between the Anholt, the Zeton, and Rodney, and Speedy said he went with Rodney, and I did try that out, and you guys can see he had a very good season himself as well doing it, so it's not just me that did well either. So go ahead and if you can, go leave a thumbs up on his video and tell him Dave sent you. Really good guy. Speedy is also makes videos. Now for the guide itself, we're using Rodney, and if you don't have Rodney, obviously Zeton and Anholt are great. Zeton's a free ship. Anholt's another good option with really good firing angles and build into secondaries on both of them. Just remember with Zeton, you get overmatched through the bow, as I will show later in this video. But outside of that, good torpedo angles on both of them. They both have sonars, and they're both very good for this rank. But Rodney is absolutely broken, and let me talk to you about why it's broken. If you guys don't know, Rodney has torpedoes, right? Two torpedoes on each side. They reload every 40 seconds, and they hit like friggin' trucks. Okay, and you can shoot them right over the bow. I'll show this more in the match, but that is the big part of this. And then also you want to take a sonar for your consumables instead of the speed boost. Okay, that's what I did. And then also a major thing is rebuilding your commander differently, right? So I went from using John Fisher for standard to this build, right? I went with Pablo D. Ravel, Colorado, with Brawler. Yes, Brawler. This is the first and only time you probably will ever see me use Brawler, but because you lose range, and I'm telling you, you don't need the range on this ship, right, in this match, or for this, and you'll get better reload, and you'll see the torps quicker. Also, I'm using Big 7. Sure, it hurts your armor pen, but remember, you're going to be up close with these ships, so you're going to stack that damage along with HE if you do need to knock out, like, for example, torpedo launchers or secondaries on another ship. But also, it's super helpful on your AP of just getting more damage, and you're so close up that the armor penetration doesn't hurt you, that mitigation, as you will see in the video. Because I have a couple matches to showcase. Also, we're still using marksmanship. You could take fight or firefighter if you wanted to, and we're using master mechanic. And a big one is running with scissors. Okay. Uh, the reason being is it gets your traverse speed up and your rudder up, and it hurts your main battery dispersion. But you guys, Rodney has the Russian up close accuracy. So the closer you get with Rodney, the more accurate it becomes. And I'm telling you, this thing is absolutely lethal in ranked. Okay. Because these close quarters, you're just hitting stuff that most people you're gonna catch people off guard. So when you combo that with the special effect bonus of getting 15% more damage, plus the extra 16 from Big 7, you're doing 30% more damage on your shells. Okay? And it catches a lot of people off guard. This setup, it hits harder than if you were using Arthas. Okay? And for the ship itself, you really, I showed what you needed to use the sonar, is obviously going to be in handy. And also another thing about Rodney is that HE spam that all these secondary ships are going to do doesn't hurt you, right? Like you can just heal it all back instantly. And another thing too, the only worry that you would have kind of in this ship is another Rodney, first of all, but because of your 30 millimeter bow and stern, a you would get a little bit worried about a Georgia if it showed up, but just angle, right? A Georgia is absolutely no threat in this if you angle because he doesn't have secondaries, he doesn't have torps. Just you'll be able to wreck it. Trust me. And I, to be honest, don't get to do ranked very often. I don't have a lot of free time. But between both channels, I'm doing like 4 videos a day right now. As you can see, the Russian up close accuracy that you do get with Rodney, citadeling with the first 3 shells that came across. And Hawk giving a little bit too much broadside, obviously, here. And goodbye, obviously. So the accuracy on this ship up close is absolutely gnarly, and there was some insane wars. This madness actually, as you can see, I didn't use a sonar. I got caught by torps. I almost lost this battle. And this is a very good fleet. Wausau is a very good fleet of very good players, and this one came down to the wire. A lot of really good players and a lot of pink badges this season, like going up against really good players. Now, our first match is going to showcase exactly what most ships are going to do against you, right? And how to play Rodney. All right, so this ship, I'm telling you, it's so broken in this 1v1 ranked, man. It is so absolutely nuts. But anyway, here, what we're trying to do is always going to put yourself towards where you can control both caps, right? And keep enough distance, right, where you don't give up the caps, but if you need to, you can get into both to take control if they try to just, hunt or get their secondaries going. But you can see, even off the first chunk on Zeton here, which is going to be the most common thing you probably run across, other than probably Rodney's now, but you can see it. We overmatch Rodney, or overmatch Zeton. So when Zeton bows into you, you can go right through the bow on it. And with this ship's accuracy, overmatch is actually a real thing. So, and also you guys are going to see the really good firing torpedoes here. As you can see, we're going to set one right out there, and you're going to just go bow in, right? We're going to set one, or we're going to go ahead and take a look, but we're going to wait, and we're going to wait till we get close enough in. As you're going to see here, we can shoot a torp anywhere over the bow, and these things hurt, right? Zeton goes a little bit broadside to give up torps. We know obviously torps are coming now. This is the common thing. I'm seeing this every time that I was playing. Even against really good players, they were doing this to me. Where they just go broadside. Now we're going to send out a torp here to steer him back into the island. Either he's going to eat this torp and die, or he's going to run back into the island. And you can see he's going to turn back towards the island. I'm actually going to try to guess on my next one here, and we're going to turn the ship over so I can use the right torp. And I'm going to try to guess where he's going to hit the island. I'm not going to do a great guess here, as you can see. But again, we know he's going to go broadside to give up his torps. And if they don't, you just terrorize them through the bow and superstructure. Like, you don't have to... This is the easiest ship to play. You just don't give up your broadside. The only loss I got was... I got really caught off guard by the speed of I think it was a Zeton that got just to the side of me. And obviously, if you give up the broadside in this ship, it's not good, right? Here we know we win, right? We got the last torpedo, and you can see them things are just devastating. They reload quick. There might only be one, but you're going to catch so many people off guard. Now, as for what to do against the Rodney, this is the matchup against the Rodney, and I know this person watches the channel, and was super excited to play me. And he was actually one of the toughest matches I had. And this is going to be one of the more strategic matches you're going to see, because what you want to do on Rodney's is right here you can see I've entered the cap, right? If he goes to that side, I can see him. If he goes to the left, I'm not giving up an angle to either one. So we're going to let him be in here for a while, right? And let him make a move, right? He's going to have to make a move at some point. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to start to move to the middle. Again, always go to where you can control both caps, because that forces them to come to you because you have the points, right? So we know we're getting close. He pops his sonar. I waited until he popped his to know where he was. And lo and behold, he was trying to go around that side. And because we're being smart, right? We waited to hit our sonar. Our sonar is going to go longer than his is. And we're going to go to this middle. And this puts him in a very big bind. You always want to go to the double part, the overlap, if there is one. Right? Why is that? Because right now I know I'm safe. I'm going to be the one getting points right now because I'm contesting the cap that he's in, and I'm gaining points on this cap, forcing him to make the move, right? And whoever is more aggressive normally in an even battle is going to lose. And kudos to Elusive. If you're watching this, you played a really tough match. You were one of the tougher people, and you actually took a while to beat here, right? Most of the people were pretty quick and just were caught off guard by how good Rodney was. I don't think it was me. We're actually going to go ahead and back up now. Why? Because we got the cap. We have the points lead. The ball's in his court. He has to do something now. We're just going to back up and bow in now, right? As you can see, the sonar is off. And another thing about this is with this build, you're going to be doing more damage than a lot of the other Rodneys you may see in this, because, they might not know running with scissors or taking the brawler perk, right? So we're going to back up just a little bit. We're going to stay in that cap. And the reason is we don't want to get caught broadside any which way, right? We're going to get ourselves even. You can see I'm looking to see where the back of the cap is. And the reason is we want to get back far enough so we can't get bum rushed, right? We also have points, so I do believe if you ram and you have the points lead, you get the win. It's not actually a draw. It's only a draw if you have tight points. And you can see we're just going to chill here. Also, I'm assuming this is about the time he's going to get probably antsy. And you're going to see, I'm going to send Torps out. And to be honest, I probably should have just waited. Because it kind of would have given out position of where I'm at doing this. He doesn't have a sonar. We both don't. So this would kind of give away what my position was. So I wouldn't normally recommend doing this. I just thought he was going to be coming around one of the corners. I have my guns in the middle, so kind of if he comes to one side, but you can see our good firing angles, and look, they reload really quick. And as you can see, we almost hit him with that torpedo. Now, we're going to do something different. He's shooting at our belt line, right? We're going to shoot up into his superstructure, and we're going to absolutely... That's a huge hit. Why is it? Because we were accurate. We're up close. We know torpedoes are coming, so we're going to start backing up so we can move. He can't get this cap because we're going to keep shooting him, right? And we're just going to throw out torpedoes in the meantime. Now, if we wanted to knock out his torpedo launchers, I actually had this happen to me and did this to another Rodney. You could actually shoot the bow with HE, and you can break the torpedo launchers if you do it enough times. But I can assure you that's not a bet you want to bank on necessarily, because you're going to see here, this way you can get damage in the superstructure, and you can see I'm actually breaking his guns, right? And that's like another decent thing about using AP. You can make it so they put in kind of bad positions, and every time he kind of wobbles like that back and forth, I'm going to change directions, because that means he sent off a torpedo. obviously. Now this one, I was caught off a little bit of guard, so I do eat this one. But you can see Rodney's really good heal. We're just going to take it back. And because we're shooting AP instead of HE, we're able to heal stuff back. Whereas he's not able to heal nearly as much back. As you can see, he's not getting a cap, and we're just whittling him down, shooting him into the guns and superstructure. Just doing a fair bit amount of damage. And this was a tough one. It wasn't until this point where I knew, hey, I pretty much got it. He was going for the big hit, and I was going for the long-term hit. But anyway, guys, you guys seen how we did here. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you folks next time. Have a good one.